Have you ever wondered why those old Tom and Jerry episodes we watched as children can still make us laugh today? And did you know that behind those timeless laughs lies a surprisingly bittersweet story? One where the true creators of the series stood in the shadows during its greatest moments of glory. If you love nostalgic stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join Memory Lane Media as we step back in time to uncover the quiet but extraordinary journey of Hanna and Barbera. In the early 1940s, America was a country where entertainment lived in radio broadcasts, newspaper strips, and short cartoon screened before the main movie at the theater. Inside the bustling MGM animation department, artists were searching for a character duo that could make audiences laugh and remember. In a small room filled with the smell of ink and warm lamplight, two men worked tirelessly. William Hanna, meticulous and soft-spoken, a master of timing and motion, and Joseph Barbera, imaginative and emotionally intuitive, gifted with a natural sense for comedy. They had no computers, no digital tools, only pencils, paper, an animation desk that squeaked when it turned, and a dream of bringing something truly alive to the screen. And from that modest room, the earliest sketches of Tom the Cat and Jerry the Mouse, then known as Jasper and Jinx, began to take shape. Legend has it that the very first test animation lasted only a few seconds. Jasper, Tom's early version, crept toward the tiny mouse, slipped and tumbled clumsily. No music, no dialogue, just raw motion. When it was screened for the team, the room fell silent. Hanna and Barbera exchanged a nervous glance, unsure of how their work would be received. Then someone chuckled. Another person laughed. Soon, the whole room burst into amusement, over just a handful of seconds. In that moment, Barbera realized that these two characters might become his life's greatest companion. Sometimes it takes only a few seconds for a legend to be born. What gave Tom and Jerry its enduring brilliance wasn't only the humor, it was the precision and artistry woven into every movement. Each second required dozens of drawings, each episode tens of thousands. The MGM artists, guided closely by Hanna and Barbera, sketched every tiny action. Tom's heavy, clumsy walk to his quick, nimble footsteps bounce, recoil, and weight of each full sound effects timed like musical beats, and the expressions, those iconic glances full of personality. From 1943 to 1953, Tom and Jerry triumphed repeatedly at the Academy Awards, winning 7 Oscars for Best Animated Short Film, an achievement almost unmatched in animation history. Yet every time someone stepped onto the stage to receive the golden statuette, it wasn't Hanna nor Barbera. It was Fred Quimby, the production manager, who oversaw budgets and schedules but contributed little to the creative process. He smiled for the cameras, accepted the applause, and walked away with the trophy. Meanwhile, backstage, Hanna and Barbera remained the quiet observers. Their names weren't called, their efforts weren't recognized fairly. Stories tell that even at MGM's victory celebrations, Quimby was the one honored at the podium. Hanna and Barbera were often mentioned only briefly before returning to their drawing desks, back to the work that kept the studio alive. No complaints, no bitterness, just dedication. That is the quiet strength of true artists. In 1957, when MGM scaled back its animation division, Hanna and Barbera left to create their own studio, Hanna-Barbera Productions. What followed was nothing less than a revolution. They pioneered limited animation for television and created an entire era of iconic shows. The Flintstones, the Jetsons, Yogi Bears, Scooby-Doo, the Smurfs. Two men once overshadowed behind the scenes now reshaped the global landscape of TV animation. They brought cartoons out of theaters and into living rooms, becoming part of everyday family life. Even after 8 decades, we still laugh when Tom slips or when Jerry gives that mischievous wink. Why? First, its humor needs no language. Anyone, anywhere in the world can understand slapstick comedy. Second, the timing and sound design are masterful. Those crashes, bangs, and yelps weren't random. They were crafted like musical rhythms. Third, behind the endless chases lies a curious friendship. Tom and Jerry may chase each other endlessly, but they're never truly enemies. In many episodes, they protect each other, worry for each other, like two mischievous children who argue but can't live apart. And finally, hand-drawn animation has a soul that technology can't fully replicate. Every expression, every movement carries the warmth and imperfections of human touch, something older audiences especially remember fondly. As time passed, animators, historians, and audiences worldwide came to recognize what had been overlooked for years. The brilliance of Tom and Jerry belongs first and foremost to Hanna and Barbera. They laid the groundwork for modern cartoon storytelling and elevated slapstick animation to an art form. Today, their names stand proudly beside the legacy they built. For many older viewers, Tom and Jerry is more than a cartoon. It's a memory. Sitting in front of a black and white watching cartoons during summer afternoon, sharing laughs with siblings, later watching again with children and grandchildren. These small, joyful moments make Tom and Jerry feel timeless. We grow older, but whenever we hear Tom's wail or Jerry's tiny giggle, a part of our heart becomes young again. For more than 80 years, Tom and Jerry have brought laughter to millions. But behind that laughter were two artists who poured their souls into every movement and every frame. Hanna and Barbera didn't just create animation. They created childhoods. They created memories. They created something beautiful enough to last a lifetime. If this story brought back your own memories, please remember to like, subscribe, and continue walking down memory lane with us. Here at Memory Lane Media, where the past finds its way home again.